Hey everybody, Red here, and what an unexpected drop in the middle of a Tuesday afternoon on the 15th of February. We have our first look, our proper look at Dune Spice Wars. This is the first gameplay trailer that just dropped. I have not seen it myself. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to watch it live and then just react to it, and then afterwards likely just go through it bit by bit. But yes, here is our first gameplay trailer of Dune Spice Wars. Let's check that the volume is up, and 3, 2, 1, let's do this.
This is Arrakis, a world of sand and death, brimming with terrible dangers, only matched by the resources and secrets it holds. Of these resources, none is more precious and coveted than the spice. But whatever you hope you'll find here, you cannot be prepared for what's waiting for you.
I like how the sand looks.
First, you'll need to survive. Then, try to understand the land. Rally local villages or force them into submission. Use them as outposts to develop your infrastructure. And set up the vital spice harvesting process. Then build a solid foothold to start your conquest. You will have to fight to defend what you have and take what you need. Or rely on your cunning to achieve your goals through the arts of subterfuge, politics, or diplomacy.
Arrakis is mine.
But no matter who you conquer, manipulate, or destroy, you will never truly control Dune.
Do we get an official release? No, it just says early access 2022. Right, there's quite a lot to take in. Can I loop this? Yeah, I'm gonna loop this. So that's quite that gave us quite a bit of information regarding Dune Spice Wars. I mean, first of all, let me say that I've said this many times before, I do love the visuals of this game. I do like how the sand, flows over and how it hits the mountain areas and all that. It looks like a sandy planet, and that's what they need to do. I was afraid that the look isn't the artistic style might not have portrayed all the aspects of Dune correctly, but I do love the way they are doing the maps as well, and the units is very unique. You got to keep in mind, I've said this many times before, that with this being a 4X strategy game, it's not your traditional Command and Conquer Dune 2 where you have this open area where you can just build anywhere you base and that kind of stuff. There is some base building. I did see that. There is some structures, which we'll get to in a moment. But let me go back here. Like I said, I do like how the weather impacts. It does seem to be quite you can see the weather you can clearly see the weather impacting the maps with the wind flowing in different directions. Now, our first look at the menu, when the menu pops up, here we have an ornithopter. It says there, enable auto recon. So I'm guessing when you build an ornithopter, this is from the perspective of Atreides, because we have the green, we have a Dukelet at the top there with the two counselors. We are in Barden Pass. I'm guessing that is the location. But with an enable auto recon, you can... I'm like I said, a lot of this is just the guessing work right now, because I'm sure somebody has a preview up, maybe IGN GameStop, somebody has a preview up, which I will probably read through after this. But auto recon seems to be using the ornithopters, then you can just auto explore basically, so you don't have to manually explore them everywhere you go. I'm not entirely sure what those purple, I'm guessing it's when you find certain resources, it's like you use ornithopters to basically find different resources. So as the resources pop up in the map, you have those purple, you have those areas that pop up. And then as the video continues, there is the two ornithopters, red chasm, again a different area on the map. I do see, what did I see here? They have 2 ornithopters, and one has a like a time, like a clock on it, which I'm guessing is in auto. What did I say just now a moment ago? Auto recon. Those 2 might have selected them and moved them manually. That one might be automatic, auto exploration, auto recon. Finding some resources there again, the purple. And then here you see units leaving this dust cloud. You see some lightning there. They did say the weather is going to impact stuff in the battlefield. So you can see these 2 squads of units has less health. So I'm guessing that they went through this lightning cloud and they took damage. So the player probably wanted to explore that question mark and went into this lightning cloud, and then the units started taking damage. So that's something you need to keep in mind. And here we have Arrakis. We have one of the main bases, which we've seen a GIF from of how they essentially, of how they explore, how the base expands. So there's some smaller bases there. I didn't know you can build from the smaller bases. In a moment we'll see how the smaller bases, how they expand their buildings. And you can see here disable auto recon, where you can disable the recon of the ornithopter. The ornithopter is there on the right hand corner. And then again, just the resources at the top there. You can't really see it that well because the YouTube video is the name is obstructing it. But like I said, there's 2 counselors there. There are some resources there, and then Duke Leto, of course. And if I continue here, you can see here is what seems to be, like, at first glance you look at it and you're like, oh, this looks like snow and ice, but I'm not really sure what is more. Maybe salt? I'm not entirely sure. It does say unknown. We're in the Narman Pass in this area, so there's an ornithopter exploring, and then it goes 99%, and then once it's full, you've explored that resource, and you can probably mine it to build different things. But if the trailer continues, I want to get to the building part. Here you can see, when you select the units, you hover over the enemy town, then you have this sword icon. So of course you want to attack the enemy base, and of course it looks like Harkonnen is the enemies on this map. There's spot for 2 more, but we don't know the other 2 yet. So they're of course attacking the Harkonnen, and as soon as the Atreides units comes close to the base, you can see the Harkonnen units jumping out and then attacking. So you can see there's 3 open, or I'm guessing it's like open slots on the base. So 1, 2, 3, you have 3 sets of units, obviously garrison inside the base. So as soon as enemy come close to it, they jump out and attack. And this shows that it is real time. It's not turn-based like many people wondered. And here you can see that the base is now green with the green Atreides banner. So of course they defeated the enemies that jumped out there, defeated the base, took over the base. So, this is their base now. Now, if you look at the bottom left, like I said, I will go through this bit by bit, slow motion on my own time, and then, do a more in-depth analysis of what I can find from this. So, here you have economy, military, and statecraft. I almost said starcraft, but it says statecraft. You have your economy buildings, which I'm guessing is more like your resources buildings, like your harvesters and your armory upgrades, that kind of stuff. Military, probably defensive structures and stuff that builds units, so like your barracks, your war factory, that kind of stuff. And then statecraft seems to be more like a radar dome, your satellite, maybe research center, something like that it improves the faction in that sense. And then you can see at the bottom there's a little picture of, I'm guessing, of just units, random units. There's 2 units there, there's another base there, there's another base there. Like I said, they defeated the house, or this base, and you select the player selected the building. Let me just go back there if I can. Let me see if I can go back a little bit, just a little bit. So I want to see if I can see what that is. Okay, so that is a plascrete factory. Plascrete is a hard material to come by, and a dedicated factory is still necessary for its production. Okay, so that is a factory that gives you plus 30 plascrete production, but it costs 4 upkeep. So the player selects it, and here you can see there you have these squares, which I'm guessing you can just expand your base in there. So I'm not entirely sure. So there is this aspect of free form building in this game, which I didn't know. I thought it was going to be more, you select your base, which is your hub, more like the original Battle for Middle-earth game, where you have essentially your hub building and you have set areas where you can set buildings. But it seems to be some sort of free-form building, so you can place a building anywhere, and this player obviously selected to place the building there. And once they place it, it's 18 out of 800. Obviously, it's hit points, upkeep 4, like I said. You can just see there, it's building and construction underway, 0 days left. So maybe some structures, some bigger structures takes a couple of days. I'm not seeing any time. Maybe at the top right there, it just says 17.01. So I'm not sure if that's like the 17th of the first or something like that. Maybe some structures take some time to build, some bigger structures. And here you can see a proper Atreides, smaller bases. You have the big one in the middle, and then you have the smaller ones on the side, and you have units going back and forth. And here's a transport dropping what I'm guessing is a harvester, and here's another close look at the harvester. I do like the night shots of this game. It's really beautiful how the spice almost like reflects and sparkles in the night light. So I'm really excited to see this game in action in proper. I don't have a 4K gaming system at that moment, but I'm looking to upgrade my PC, and this is probably one of the games that I really want to experience in all its glory. You can see there at the back, 2 smaller bases. Of course, the lights turn on at night, so you can really see that it's nighttime. So let me go forward, and here you can see is more of a zoomed out view. Is one of the troopers of Atreides. I love the artwork. And nighttime, you can see that things looks to be a bit more calm at night. And of course, you can zoom out, and then you have a bigger overview of the battlefield. You have there's an orange one there, which is interesting because if it's an unknown or unexplored area, so unknown or unclaimed area is these white areas here. And then you can see that more fog of war areas are these lines. And then green is Atreides, and red is Harkonnen, but orange, yellow, like who could that be? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's the Emperor. It could be, but there's definitely, I'm guessing this is the third faction that we don't know of. Maybe that wasn't supposed to be part of the trailer and they accidentally put it there, or maybe they put it there on purpose. So here, what's interesting about this is the downed ornithopter here. It doesn't have any color on it, and it's just, there's a symbol here, and it's just, you can see that it's down because it's like kind of covered in sand and dust there. So I'm wondering if an ornithopter is downed, can you go and repair it? Can you claim a downed ornithopter? Or are you gonna find like abandoned ornithopters and claim them? But here you can see some of the Harkonnen units fight against the Atreides units, and there you can see an Atreides harvester. And here's another shot, a really good shot of the environment. Really, the artist really did a fantastic job. And then you can see at the back there is the same symbol we saw a moment ago of the downed ornithopter. And there's the Harkonnen harvester, the Atreides obviously attacking it. And there is a different air unit there, one of the Atreides air unit. You can see it's a different air unit, not only by the artistic style, but the icon as well. It's not the same as the ornithopter. And then if it continues, here you can see is 2 bases, and here's some of the buildings expanded around the base area. There's one of those probes that we saw in the Steam's description. And then as the trailer continues, we finally get to see some of this interface, which is, again, there is the third faction. Sorry, I'm there's a lot going through my head now. There's 2 factions here. The 2 other factions is revealed right in front of us. That is Harkonnen, because it's red, and I know the Harkonnen symbol. That is blue, that is somebody else, and that is yellow, which is also somebody else. So we know the other 2 factions are blue and yellow, but we don't know who they are. That is very, very interesting. I'm really wondering why they're showing this. If they're not showing the other 2 factions, maybe they updated the Steam page. I don't know. I'll have to go look on the Steam page, but maybe they revealed the other 2 factions. But here you can see Arrakis, Facing Guild, Combe, and Lancelot, with the I'm guessing some of the council members that you can choose, and then you have your setup here again. You have combat, drugs, probe setup, hidden thumper, which I'm guessing you can use this to lure the worm, which we will see in a moment. And then here's the Landsraad. We have the Eye of the Council, Judge of the Council, Speaker of the Council, Water Sellers Union, and Dune Governmentship. And again, this all reminds me a lot of the Dune board game. The systems might work the same, and here you have Leto Atreides and Vladimir Harkonnen, and I'm guessing this is some sort of trade. Yes, it's right in front of me, sorry. This is a trade system which you're trading with different leaders. So maybe if you are in neutral terms with Harkonnen, which I don't know why you would be, but if you're in neutral terms, then maybe this is, if you play multiplayer or something like that, you may be in neutral terms and you might trade some resources. And we do hear, if you listen to the audio, we do hear Vladimir Harkonnen speak for the first time, which has a really menacing voice. And here you can see more Harkonnen troops. That the structure, which I mentioned in the previous video, has that metal, that sharp edge-like look to it, which is really perfect look for their team, for their house, which I think really suits the artistic style of this game. But I really want to get to the Sandworm, and here, of course, you can see is a massive battle taking place. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seems to be 6 or 7 sets of Atreides units plus the flying units, and then you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Harkonnen units fighting against each other. And then, of course, you see all of them retreating because the Sandworm just comes and destroys that. We don't really see much else of the Sandworm. We don't see the trail or the rest of the body. The Sandworm has 3 mouthpieces. It kind of reminds me of Tremors, the old movie, old movie, but they had like this kind of, I believe they had this kind of a mouth system going, and I do like, I mean, it's a unique take on the Sandworm. It's a different take. It's more closer to the lore, because they already said that they're going to stick more to the lore of Dune than interpret what the legendary picture movie has done. But you can see there the Sandworm has the 3 sets of they have multiple sets of teeth, but they have the 3 sets of areas where the teeth is, and then they have these 3 outer shells, it seems, and then they have the center teeth there, which you can see there as it closes. It just devours anything. But like I said, you didn't really see the trail of the Sandworm. Maybe before this battle, because they just show us a very small bit and then the Sandworm comes out. So maybe before this battle you did see the Sandworm coming along, or then maybe there was a signal that said, Sandworm warning or something like that. But yeah, I'm really curious how you can use the thumpers and then just the logo. But I'm really curious how you can see the thumpers, or you use the thumpers to your advantage. And just, I just want to know more about this game. Like I said, there's probably going to be a preview or a first look from some outlet, which I'm going to go through bit by bit, and then I'll definitely update you guys. But that was just a really quick breakdown of the Dune trailer. That was just essentially my first time looking at it, and essentially a quick breakdown. But like I said, I'll go through this bit by bit, and there's a ton to discover and a ton to take away. But let me know what you think of this trailer, what you think of the gameplay. Let me know in the comments below. And for more Dune Spice Wars content, check out the rest of my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give me a thumbs down. But please tell me why, so I can improve my videos. My name is Frank, I'm the RedTieGuy, and frankly, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.